This is your 2020 Range Rover Evoque. It's second generation. It doesn't look like it's all new, but there are lots of new pieces to it. Perks, Quirks, and Irks. Starting off up front, the headlights are different, gone with a bland design, replaced with this beautiful 1, 2, 3 different turning signal design. And when they're not in use, they turn into your day runners again. Day runners, 1, 2, 3. LED headlights. Nice thin look to it as well. Looks really sharp. Range Rover at the edge of the hood. Interestingly, as a quirk, no fog lights here, but I like the front end design. Looks very, very sharp. Front quarter look still keeps the same shape. Nice sloping roof line from top to bottom. Nice big massive wheels. There's winters on these, so big 20-inch winters. I think there's 20-inch summers as well. Let's go around, take a side look at the vehicle. And an interesting thing for me as far as a perk and kind of quirk goes, actually we'll just walk up right to it. There's this nice design line built into the hood, so I think that's a really nice move. I don't care for this because it's not real, but I guess it kind of gives a nice little look to it. Anyways, there's a little more design lines there. 360 camera on this vehicle. There's one of your cameras right there. We'll take a look. There it is. And turn signals integrated into the side mirrors. Take a rear quarter look. Again, you'll see it keeps the same shape. And to me, that's good because there's nothing was really wrong with the old Evoque look. And I'm happy they decided to keep it the way it is. Around to the rear, I really like the taillights because they have that 3D depth thing, a nice 3D aspect to them. There's 3 different lines, and it looks like it just goes deep into the vehicle, so that's a really, really cool move there. I wish these were orange turn signals instead of red, so that's a bit of an irk for me. There's your Evoque P300 HSE badging and Land Rover badging as well. This is the top jam. It's got the black pack equipped, so that's why the word Range Rover is all blacked out. I will put your cargo figures here with the seats up and as well with the seats down. Still lots of cargo space and a little piece there for things you don't want to move around. Close up the trunk, and that's going to wrap up the outside. I like the look. I like that they didn't muck around with it too much. I don't even mind that there was that big massive spoiler there that's it's in 2 different parts. Kind of just adds a nice look to it. All right, we'll be right back with an inside look. 2020 Range Rover Evoque. Just before we go inside, let's unlock the door. So 1 touch button, out comes the handle. A very cool party trick. Well done, Evoque. I love that this is spec'd with that 2-tone leather. Nice deep red and black. Looks very, very sharp. Get the seats down. All you do is just pull a tab. 1 finger will do it. Down it goes. Oops, my seat's a little far back. Anyways, down it goes. Not quite a flat fold, but still a lot more cargo space than you would have had. Let's put the seats back up. There we go. Interestingly, there's no HVAC controls back here. It's just a nice little Evoque badge and your vents, but no way to control the temperature. So I would have liked to have seen that, but not the end of the world. To make up for it in a weird kind of sort of not really kind of way, but still very cool nonetheless. Each one of the doors has this monitor, and that lets you know if someone's coming through your path when you open your door. So it's really, really smart. It stops you from accidentally dooring cyclists or pedestrians, and it's really smartly located, just like that far from the handle. So I like that. Very well done, Evoque. All right, let's go front seat. That's what you're looking at if you're just about to walk into the vehicle. Let's start here. You got your 3 memory seats. Nice clean design, no issues there. I really like the use of chrome here. It's very subtle, matches the handle, and just a nice accent piece to it. For the seats, the thigh support, not great. Okay, but not great. However, the side supports and it's just beautiful design more than make up for it. It's a very comfortable seat, very high quality seat, and it's just a wonderful place to spend a lot of time. And if I had the choice between better side support or better thigh support, I will always take better side support, because for me, that's just a little more of decision make or break when I'm picking seats for my car or in the decision process for a car. Let's start her up. Nice push button to start. And again, I love that there's 2-tone leather, and it's actually on the steering wheel. Very nicely done there. Here's a bit of an irk. It's not that the heated steering wheel button is in the right spot, or that the whole steering wheel is heated, unlike some other cars. It's that there's this metal band all the way across. So when my hand's here, like my thumb and this part of my hand is cold, like that one of the line, but the rest of my hand is warm, and it's just a weird feeling. I don't want to feel cold when my heated steering wheel's on. So I hope the next year, the next couple of years, they get rid of that metal ring. My 2 cents on that. This is really cool, this whole design as far as the 2 black bars, getting rid of all those clunky buttons. To get access to that, you just push menu and keep an eye on what this actually does. Oh, get rid of that volume there. Oops. All right, let's try it again. Let's push menu. And you see that the volume controls and the channel controls are gone now. It's just a simple scroll or push directional buttons for pushing, getting you your... That was a terrible sentence. Let me try that again. Now you can just go through this and go through all of the different screen options from display, the heads-up display. Oh, speaking of heads-up display, it's a paid option. This car has it, or this model has it. There it is. I don't mind it. I don't know if I'd pay the extra $1,000 for it myself, but it's there if you want it. Anyways, you can kind of keep going through, and then whenever you're done, you are done, and it'll automatically revert back to the volume controls. Really nice use of the leather here for the dashboard. I mean, I really like the chrome there. I usually don't, but I think they've done it very, very nicely. All right, lots to get through, so let's get going with the double screens, 2 10-inch screens. So first off, this can tilt. It also goes all the way back into itself. So you just adjust the screen angle, and you can see it just going further back and further back. I like it all the way up for my specific seating position. That way I get the best view of it. Let's get out of that. Let's go to cameras, because that's the next cool thing here. Right now the vehicle is in park and you get a 360 view, so perk. However, I'm gonna put the vehicle into reverse, and for some strange reason I lose my ability to use a 360 camera. So I'm not sure why they did it like that, and I wish they didn't. Maybe that's a fix that could happen next year. Let's put it back into park, and that's that. So again, the 360 pops up when you're in park, and I don't know why it doesn't do it otherwise. Here's another cool feature. It's there, a clear sight, a ground view. So right now it's black because the vehicle's not moving, but I'm just gonna inch up a touch and you'll see that black turn to gray or dark black for the asphalt. There it is. View underneath, bonnet not live. Just giving you that little heads up or a little warning from the Evoque. But in case you're backing out or you're going off-roading or backing out of somewhere that may have a bunch of stuff or snow or something piled up, you want to be able to see what you're going over, or off-roading, whatever it is you're doing, or weird terrain. This is a very cool feature. I like it quite a bit. Let's get out of the camera view. Let's just exit completely and go home. So you get your navigation, media, and your phone, as well as a bunch of other options, and you keep scrolling. And there's more options there for you. Dimensions, voice, smart settings, whatnot. It's not really an irk, just more of, I guess, an inconvenience. The system's a little slow. And yes, we've been spoiled with lightning fast systems in some other cars. And this isn't slow. It's just, you know, like 75% as fast as some of the other vehicles. Only on some controls. Like sometimes, let's go to settings. Right, so like a second to get there. Not the end of the world, just an observation. Let's go to the bottom screen. So that controls your climate as well as your seats. I'll quickly show you that. Let's put the climate controls on. Right dial climate or fan speed, left dial actual temperature. And the cool thing is you'd think you'd have to push off to get the climate off. That's only one of the ways to do it. Let's go through the dial method. So you're at 2, you're at 1, and then you're off. So I like that they give you 2 options there. There are your seat. Oop, there we are. There are our seats. And there's your vehicle option. So that gives you all your different drive modes. So eco and comfort and grass, gravel, snow. And you'll know this if you're familiar with the Evoque lineup over the past few years. So very nice there. You got some different options there as well. So let's get out of the vehicle. Actually, let's stay in vehicle for a sec, because the auto start stop, that's the only way you can get to it. And it's a bit of an annoyance for me. So let's say I'm in the climate screen and I'm, you know, whatever, and I want to put the auto start stop off. So you're going to go vehicle, auto start stop off, and then climate. So it's a 3 push process. I wish it was a little shorter, but that's just me. And you obviously get your settings because that's what it says there. So I can pick your startup screen, and then you push the button in the middle, and I can get you your audio. And it's just a really nice, clean screen, and it's angled, for me, just the right way to get as much information out as possible. Volume knob in the middle, which is nice, However, it's going to change hands with the camera. So it's a little weird to get you with your right hand, because you either go over and above the shift lever, you're going to push your hand sideways. And it's really weird because based off the gear shifter lever location to get to the fan speed. So if I'm driving, my hand's here, and I just want to move my hand over, it kind of gets stuck on here. And so I either go over and above or around, and just a bit of a weird thing for me, just saying. Let's go back here to the gear shifter. I think it's a big waste of space, because look at all the things you could have done here. And I prefer this over the rotary dial that collapses in, but even if they put that off to the side and gave me some storage here, I'd be a little happier. Anyways, my 2 cents on that. Here's a little quirk. There are 2 size cup holders, one regular size and one small size, but they have these little pads in here that go in, so you can fit different sized drinks in there. And as we wrap up the inside, I'm going to show you the two panels that lift independently. So if I'm driving and my passenger wants in, they don't have to lift up the whole thing and make me move my arm. They just lift up their portion, tuck their hand in, get whatever they want out. And the same thing, if I want to get something out of here, I don't have to make my passenger move their hand unnecessarily. Here's another paid option, massive panoramic sunroof. It's fixed. I hope they put a moving one in over the next couple of years, just to be really nice. Yes, it lets a lot of light in, but I would really like to have a little air kind of come in. I like sunroofs. I'm a big fan of them myself. So, all right, last thing for the inside. I love this. I love it, love it, love it, because it's that cool clear view rear view camera. So right now it's on. I'm going to put it off, and that turns it into a traditional rear view mirror. And you just flick the switch forward, and there's a camera in the antenna. I'll put a cut of B-roll to that now. And basically that camera feeds into here, and it's just such a cool technology. So if you've got something in the rear seats and you can't see through the regular mirror, you just push that out and you get a clear view of what's behind you. And I've used this all week and I absolutely love it. This has the Turbo 4 engine with 296 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. The other tuning for the P250 has your horsepower and torque in the mid-200s, and both run through a 9-speed automatic transmission. And yes, you have your paddle shifters, as well as your sport mode for the gear shifter. As far as driving dynamics go, it's very smooth, it's very, very comfortable, and it's typical Range Rover. There are some improvements over the first generation, as far as being a little more comfortable, a little more on the smoother side, and increasingly quiet. As far as acceleration goes, it can be a little slow off the line. There's a little bit of turbo lag, and things get a little muddy, sometimes between second and third gear, and sometimes between third and fourth if you're accelerating at a very, very slow pace. But if you're trying to get onto the highway or remove yourself from a collision situation, the Evoque handles just fine. As far as cornering and handling goes, because it's, to me anyway, it's a lower center of gravity than some of its competitors. At least it feels like it's a lower center of gravity. I didn't find a lot of back end swinging out. Yes, that's my weird version of back end swinging out. The car felt very, very planted at all times, and all-wheel drive is standard. I really like the clear sight because it's a much wider scope of vision, and you see more, and the camera is very, very crisp. And even at nighttime driving, the resolution is great, and you can see a lot more than I thought I would be able to at night. Where it gets a little peculiar is distance, because with the rear view mirror, it's, I don't know, like let's say a foot away from my face, and that's what I'm used to seeing. With the clear view camera, because it's mounted to the antenna at the top of the car, at the back of the car, I don't want to say you lose those like 4 or 5 feet, but you know, when you're backing into a parking spot, or if a car is coming up behind you at a light or a stop sign, it looks like it's like right there and like practically inside the Evoque. But that's just because the camera's mounted a few feet behind, as opposed to what most of us know as it being mounted, you know, just right in front of our eyes. 11.4 city and 8.9 highway for a combined total of 10.3. Through my 300-ish kilometers, I've hit 14.6, but then again, it's been all city driving, not too much highway, I'd say. So not all city, mostly highway driving, mostly city. Wow, I should have done this when I wasn't sick. Anyways, mostly city driving, like 80% and then 20% for the highway portion. So that's why I'm at 14.6 liters per 100 kilometers. The Evoque is also a mild hybrid electric vehicle. And what that means is there's a 48-volt battery in here, and when you step on the brake and you slow down and you hit 17 kilometers an hour and under, you get regenerative power. The RPM is dropped down to 0. So it increases fuel economy a little. If you have any questions on the 2020 Evoque, let me know in the comments. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully I beat this flu/cold sooner than later, and then I will see you sooner than later with my next review.